My name is George Hiraoka Cloke. I am a sound artist, musician and researcher from the UK, currently here at the ACC for the residency programme. I'm always inspired by sounds, soundscapes and the act of listening. For me, by listening to one another, to the sounds of our environment, we can become more attuned to different voices and perspectives that we share our cities with. So I really believe that through ecological soundscapes and different kinds of voices, we can become a more harmonious society, and these are the things that inspire me to create art. So my residency project work is creating a speculative soundscape of a future ecologically inspired city. So I've been collaborating with and inspired by international and local urban planners, students, environmental activists and science fiction writers, thinking about how a future city could be more inclusive, accessible and sustainable through sound. And I really think by working with a number of different people and thinking about both human and non-human sounds, I'm trying to tap into ways of listening and understanding the world through sound and soundscape. So the methods that I'm using for this project are interdisciplinary. It's both sound recording, so capturing natural sound recordings and urban sonic environments. It's also using sound archives and like remixing sound works within this soundscape. And it's also using interview technique. So for me, I'm using like listening is the theme of the work, but listening is also maybe my main methodology. Listening to very inspiring people to hear about their perspectives for a more sustainable future society. So yeah, it's a variety of methodologies that I'm operating within this work. So as part of this project, I've been really inspired by the work of Marina Alberti, a urban planner and theorist, and she talks about our imagination for the future sort of reflects the challenges and objectives of how we see the present as well. And I've also been really interested in the work of the ambient music pioneer Brian Eno, who once said at a urban planning conference that smart cities are only smart because of the intelligence and creativity of the city's inhabitants. So for me, I've really found listening to be incredibly important and inspiring during this work, like listening to perspectives from other people, from non-human beings as well as human beings. And that's something I want the audience to gain from this work as well. Realizing that we live in a shared participatory city and that there are other perspectives and voices that we can listen to create a more balanced, harmonious world. I've been inspired by the writing of David Mitchell, the science fiction writer, who once, when talking about the work of the amazing Ursula K. Le Guin, said, if a world is dreamable, maybe we can dream it into being. So my ACC residency project is titled Earth is All Melody. It is a 20-minute soundscape which is trying to envisage a future eco-city through sound design. And my soundscape is being paired with a Korean sign language interpretation, which the audiences can watch on the projector. So I'd love the audiences to lie back, close their eyes, listen to the soundscapes, but also to enjoy the incredible sign language interpretation, which for me enhances the ideas of listening to different perspectives and cultural attitudes through sound. This work is about listening to different voices and different perspectives, so I wanted to include as many different languages as I could within the work. So you hear people from Laos, Vietnam, Taiwan. There's also a transnational K-pop group, which is a fictitious band that I created for the purpose of this soundscape. So this band is singing in 5 different languages, in Korean, English, Thai, Chinese and Indonesian, and the idea is to think about multiculturalism and multilingualism within a cityscape. You're also hearing from non-human voices such as crickets, frogs, various bird types and adding to this polyphony of different voices within the city. So to finish this, I decided to work with a Korean Sign Language interpreter. As far as I'm aware, this is the first time a soundscape has been interpreted through sign language. And the idea is to both make a solely audio piece be accessible for all audience members, but also to enhance the ideas of listening to different voices and empathizing with different kind of perspectives in society. Yeah, so the collaborative work that I'm creating with Inwa is called Soma's Garden. So Inwa is focusing on 3D apparatus environment visuals for the performance, and I'll be focusing on immersive ambient soundscapes. So the idea is we're creating a virtual garden, Soma's Garden, and we're interested in the idea of the inner body and sort of how the inner self reflects to other beings, particularly non-human beings in the lived environment. So it's a case of creating a kind of meditative audiovisual session, which we hope the audience members of ACT will kind of perform with, and it will include inner breathing and kind of a sense of interior subjectivity, understanding both your inner self but also other beings that exist within this world. So yeah, we're very excited to bring this work to ACT and showcase this new work as developed within our residency program. This residency project has been a real labour of love. It's something that I've been working on throughout the 6-month ACC residency. I'm so grateful to have the support and the time to really develop this idea, Earth is All Melody. And it's a work that I'd love to continue in the future. I now have a real solid framework and base in terms of collaborating with various people, knowing how to interview, knowing how to develop and world build for a sound world. And so it's something that I'd like to expand upon in future works. So I'm incredibly grateful to the ACC for giving me this opportunity to really let this idea flourish, and I hope to keep working on it in the future.